Good morning, natural gas. It's Friday, March the 13th, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company. That's right, it's Friday the 13th. And right now, for the spot April natural gas contract, we're currently trading at 314.80, down 8.5 cents or 2.66%. And as you can see right here, we're still holding above the 48 period exponential moving average, which comes in at 314.20. The RSI is trying to turn lower. This is unusual for Friday because normally we typically have some short covering ahead of the weekend. But let's take a look at what's pushing the market down. Yesterday, storage came in at minus 38 BCF. The consensus was minus 43. The prior year, minus 62. The 5-year average, minus 64. So this is a bearish storage report. And with the current weather coming up, we've got some mixed weather. One side of the country, cold. The other side, heat dome. Let's take a look at the marine traffic here. And this is the Iran war. Again, we're on day 13. And as you can see, there's almost nothing moving through the Strait of Hormuz at this time. As the U.S. Navy is saying, they're not going to be able to convoy or escort ships through this strait at this time. We've had no overnight attacks either, so that's unusual as well. So the question is this strait about to be reopened in the next 2 weeks? We'll see. But right now, it's currently closed. How about the hourly chart? As you can see right now, we are down below the daily pivot, which came in at 322.10, and we're holding and now pushing below that first support, which came in at 315. We're right here at 314.90. So our second support, 307.40, and the RSI is trying to turn up. So we may stabilize here at that 315 level before the weekend. Let's see. The front to back spreads, this is Jan versus October. And as you can see, it's actually up 2.4 cents or 1.74% to 152. Despite the fact that, things are starting to maybe ease up, there is a premium on physical molecules for winter because we don't know how long Ras Laffan will be down. We know even if the strait is open in 2 weeks, we've still got another 4 weeks potentially before that facility is back online. Let's turn to the April through October strip, and it's losing ground, down 8 cents to 341.30, or down 2.28%. The RSI is trying to turn lower, so we may see a retest here of that support. Comes in at 324.60. So let's see if things start to change. How about the weather? Well, let's take a look here. This is the weather forecast model for the wind chill factor. And as you can start to see, on Monday, we start seeing cooler temperatures coming in from the west. And we've got now a finger of, well, a tongue almost looking like of Arctic air that comes in from Canada down into Missouri. And then it moves over to the Great Lakes and pushes over into the mid-Atlantic and New England states. And as it does this, look at the warmth that's coming in the desert Southwest, all the way from West Texas out to California. And as you can see, we start getting 90-degree temperatures. So this heat dome is building as the cold moves out of the Midwest and into the Northeast yet again. So a tale of two cities, cold in the Northeast and really warm in the South. So let's take a look at the heat risk. And as you can see, as we go through the forecast period, we've started to get some minor heat risk here in West Texas, all the way up to Denver and out to San Francisco. And as we move further and further in the forecast period, some of that heat risk starts to move over into the southeast. Remember, it's dry. We've got a drought going on. And then all of a sudden, we start seeing some moderate heat risk all the way up from Los Angeles to San Francisco. And this extends even further as that heat dome starts to build. You can start seeing that heat risk is all the way up into Wyoming. And it moves all the way out over into Arkansas, as you can see, as we get through Thursday, the 19th. And let's take a look at Europe. And at the end of the forecast period, we get some cooler temperatures coming in again from the northern part of Europe out over into Spain and France, as well as Czech Republic. So let's take a look at the European storage situation. We're at 29.2% full. Germany, 21.8%. France, right above that, 21.9% full. How about Asia? Well, at the end of the forecast period, we start seeing some cooler temperatures coming in through Mongolia, getting into Western China. This looks like it's going to probably push east, kick that warmer air out of the eastern provinces of China, and may induce some heating load. We'll see. And here's that potential fire risk across the United States because we've been so dry. We've got a drought from Texas all the way over to Florida. So our wildland fire potential risk is high, as you can see from this particular map. And let's take a look at the U.S. nuclear fleet. We're currently at 13.2 gigawatts. It's really just above the 5-year average. The high end of that was 13.1 gigawatts. As you can see, we've got a few nuclear units down, and 9 Mile is down to 67.6%. This is refueling and maintenance here as we start to peak out again at the end of this month into April the 11th. And then everything starts to get ready for summer because it's coming and coming quickly. How about Golden Pass? Well, we're up to 323,461 MMBTUs into the facility. Looks like it's starting to stabilize here for the final commissioning. Let's see if it can make first LNG by the end of the month. Europe will certainly be very happy about that. And how about the stocks? Well, it's a little bit of green today on the board as energy stocks are catching a bid. We can see CNX behind me at 1.11%. So let's take a look at where we are for the April natural gas contract. Again, recapping here, we're currently trading at 315.70, down 7.6 cents or 2.35%. The RSI is trying to turn lower. So we're looking to see if it can stabilize here between the 13 and 48 period exponential moving averages. So between 308.60 and 314.20 before we get into the weekend and get that colder weather through the Midwest on Monday. And then the heat dome will start to build in the desert Southwest a little later in the forecast period. So winter is not giving up yet. Yet there is some indications of an early summer in the desert Southwest. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.